TampaCoinGuy, back for another mail call. All right, let's start with the smaller of the two first. All right, let's see if we have anything to be disappointed about. All right. We have a 1900 Morgan dollar. They say MS63 plus. I'll give him maybe a 63. She's pretty clean as far as the cheek goes. So that one's not that exciting, but let's open up this one. All right, we got all sorts of goodies in this one. We'll start with our little cardboard containers here, which I loathe. All right. 1884, New Orleans. A little bit of staining going on, especially it actually almost looks like a heart there on her neck, but let me get a glove. Interesting. This is sealed. That's the first time I've encountered that. All right, now let's take a look at her. All right, that is some nice mirrors. Ooh, just about time for some new gloves. That's some nice mirrors in the reverse. Let's get the good old Build-A-Bear card. Yeah, look at that. See on the obverse if it's the same. Yeah, look at that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, that's looking a bit dimply to me. The one thing I just don't know is how the staining will impact that. Nice looking coin otherwise, though. I'm moderately afraid if I try to conserve it, it'll just end up lightening the stains as opposed to totally removing them. But kind of interesting with the heart-shaped stain on her neck. But I mean, 62, 63, and it's either a proof-like or a dimple, because the mirrors are just, I mean, they're just pretty liquid. So, all right. Let's move on to the next. $18.85. Philly. Let's see if I can break it out of jail here. This is the first time I've seen anybody actually heat seal these flips. It's kind of interesting, but yet irritating all at the same time. So let's see. And I forgot my glove. Oh well. Pretty good luster. She's looking between a 63 and a 64 to me. Not quite even proof like. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next one. All right, an 1880. Wow, look at that toning. It's San Francisco. Now the obverse, I mean, she's in pretty rough shape. Like, I don't know, I'd call it maybe a 62. But the obverse is either proof-like or semi-proof-like. And the same goes to the reverse. I'd call this on the edge of a proof-like. But man, with that toning, I mean, I don't find much toning that is super attractive, but this one's pretty nice, especially with the reflectivity under it. I mean, it still cartwheels. There. If I can get it to show up, that is. So that one's pretty nice. Now this, let's get into this. Now this was a gamble, because it was exceedingly difficult to look at these coins online. But let me tell you, that one right there is looking pretty good, and that's an 1886 San Francisco. That's a little bit better of a date. And I feel like that 1880 San Francisco in there might be proof-like. The 78 seems to be a decent mint strike. The 81 is, man, almost looks AU to me. And the 79 could be semi-proof-like, but I'm going to take a step back and get this open, and there we go. So I'm going to get a glove on for this. All right, this first one is a 1878 San Francisco. 63, 64 looking at the obverse. Definitely just mint state. Maybe semi-proof like. You can kind of You can kind of see it there on the obverse. Reverse is the same. And pretty good looking. Not too bad. 63, 64 on that one. This one, this is 79, 1879 San Francisco. This one, to me, at least on the obverse, is looking proof-like. You can tell the mirrors there. Cheek has a little bag mark on it. There's a little bit of chatter in the fields. Again, probably a 63. The reverse, maybe semi-proof-like. Now this one, this 1880 San Francisco, it on the obverse looks fairly dimple. Fairly dimply to me. Looks like, I don't know if that's a scratch or a bag mark. But overall, I mean, the coin's pretty heavily toned. It's a decent strike. Let's check the reverse. Yeah, the reverse is looking a little bit more proof-like. Again, kind of toned. I don't know, I might conserve this and see how it comes out. The only thing that really concerns me, like I said, is that scratch or bag mark right about there. This 81S is trash. It's maybe XF. There's no real luster, at least no luster that it appears to me. No cartwheels or anything, so that's kind of a lost one. Now this is an 1886 San Francisco. Now this has cartwheeling on the obverse, maybe semi-proof-like. Some bag marks on the cheek, as you can tell, but I'd give it a 62 or 63. Reverse is looking pretty good as well. Again, semi-proof-like. So, yeah, this is a big winner. So this one, after I look at it, I'm going to look and try to see if it looks clean or anything like that. But just the rough guesstimate is 62, 63. So I think this only had a mintage of about 750,000. So this is a pretty good date. I would say it's probably worth between $300 and $400 as long as I look at it and it doesn't look cleaned or anything. So that's the big winner because that's worth more than I paid for all of these. Now, this one, huge loser. Out of this set of 5. The 78 is just a pretty nice looking 78. Like I said, 63, 64 maybe. Good cartwheel. You know, these two definitely have good cartwheel. This 1879S, again, like I said, obverse, seems proof-like. Reverse, not really. Semi-proof-like, I'd call it. So, better looking coin, so not too bad on that. Trash, basically. I may practice some conservation methods on that to see what happens to it. This one, on the other hand, right, it's pretty much looks like a dimple obverse to me. But the reverse, I would say, at least without doing conservation on it, is proof-like-ish. So, out of the previous ones, again, this one's just like an okay. This 1884, super interesting with that heart-shaped, at least I think it's a heart-shaped toning mark on the neck. I'm probably going to send this one to get graded. This one's definitely looking dimple on the obverse. And reverse is probably proof-like. Maybe not a dimple. We'll see. This one may just end up coming back proof-like, but still not too bad. I'd probably say it's a 62 or a 63. So this one's got some, I mean, it's just an 1880S. It's probably a 62 or a 63, but it's overall got some nice toning on the reverse. It could be proof-like on both. I'm not going to get rid of the toning to see it, but I think based off of how it cartwheels and the reflectivity through the toning, I think it could be proof-like. So that's it for this mail call. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What you think some of these ones that look proof-like or dimple, what your opinions are on them, and what you think of that 1886 San Francisco. If you want to see more of my videos, and if I've earned it, I hope you'll click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. And if you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. As always, thanks for watching and happy hunting.